Neptune in 04 kind of struggled. It was the AR, but Abuza had so many big plays, and a big reason why they were slaying hardpoint with LADs was due to the ARs.
And we're seeing this vault again, I'm sure, because, well, it's a close one. It's one where I know a spawn had you pissed.
Back P2 HUD spawns. I mean, they're just like, if you go back and look at the P4 one with Josie, yeah, there's a couple of moments that, like, if he stays alive for half a second, they probably have it, right?
Yeah,
but I think there were a couple throughout that map, really around P2, that were, yeah, they were disgusting.
Well, good start for Vancouver Surge. Is thinking nade hits as soon as Abuza goes to toss his, ends up taking out a teammate, but we'll get back to work. Keep an eye on the spawns and who's able to work it the best. Nice early time, an early stretch here from Vancouver Surge. Neptune, I mean, as good as he has been, pretty pedestrian, at least in that matchup. I mean, he put up like, what, like a 0.9, somewhere in that ballpark. And, you know, you still go 7 games. You're able to win some searches. Oh, sorry, you're able to win some hard points. You can win without him being God, which has to feel good. Correct. But I'm sure he's looking to have a better series.
No doubt about it. I just think if you go back and watch that, like, you know, I mean, the last couple of, right, the matchups versus FaZe, you just see that this Surge team, their teamwork is next level for making this change and what they were doing early in the year. They are just very much a cohesive unit.
No, it seems at times like they're a little bit ahead in hard point, and usually that curve shifts over the course of the year. Some people figure some stuff out, how to influence spawns, their teamwork gets ahead of me. We've been casting this a long time. Usually you see that a couple times a year, especially it's really important like before champs, who is a little bit ahead, but we'll see if people start to catch up. But still in this matchup, due to the control and Surge play, it was Thieves that were able to take that final, but trying to rebound. I'm sure they're like, just the egos. You know, they got some egos on them. Listen, we lost 2 hard points. We're coming in trying to throttle you.
No, I mean, that's just it. Yeah, and they had their opportunities, no doubt about it, especially on this vault, but a couple of big plays from Surge, some spawns happened. They probably feel like they should have won this, so yeah, this isn't it. I mean, the Hacienda was ugly, so that's why you're not going to see it in this. They opt to go for the Skyline, and that could be big for LA Thieves to, again, just talking about map pool, talking about the major, because now after the minor, you go back to that goal. The preparation for Major 2 is going to be the talking point.
Well, LA Thieves with a fantastic hold there at second will push the lead out to about 30. But yeah, I mean, everything just trying to be improved. Map pools, modes, Major is very, very close, a couple of weeks away. Everyone trying to refine their gameplay and teamwork before we get to that and see who will be crowned champion. But we'll focus down on the P3 and see if Thieves can chain this together. You've got 8 and Ghosty playing all the way deep. A battle going down around the hard point. What are you trying to do if you're Surge right now?
Well, I think they're trying to find Ghosty, right? That's really a key. Well, Ghosty just takes his time, plays very patient, maybe in the comms. They knew they were trying to find Abuza. They were waiting for it. You can just see he's just trying to block back Dart, making sure that Surge is spawning on that right side of your mini-map, exactly where they are. So this is a great transition from that P2, but now maybe the chance. Yeah, you see those spawns gonna come out, a couple of players died, now you're holding Scrap and Ghosty, the ARs, just trying to do what they can, but Surge push on through.
I mean, sometimes the spawns, like, I mean, even if it's not like your typical old school Call of Duty spawn we'd expect, even if they seem a little bit fluky, sometimes the teams just get them down faster. I mean, that's what Envoy and that Thieves team back in Vanguard, like, oh God, things did not make sense to me until it made sense to them. And then I'm like, okay, well, it's clicked for them. They figured it out. We'll see who's able to really start to do it here with some of the wonky ones we've seen on Vault over these past few weeks. But it'll be a battle around the point. It spawns for a moment if you're Vancouver Surge. The collapse, though, coming forward. Neptune's going to have to be the hero. Nearly able to hit the movement, but not quite able to do it. So Thieves, despite the fact they lost spawns for 4, pretty late in third, they're able to regain.
Yeah, they're able to get a couple of kills near the end of P3, get a couple of spawn outs, and then Hydra was able to sneak on through. He was able to find a couple of kills, but Nasty's still here, so very messy, but now maybe with 4 dead, backdoor spawns for LA Thieves, still 25 seconds up. They're going to try and take it all.
And yeah, I mean, you're going to be looking through your first set of rotations. You only have 36 points if you're Surge. We went to time recently when we casted this, which you don't expect all that often, but it is possible to happen, like a red card or something. So we'll keep an eye on that, because you've already got a minute and a half off of it. If Vancouver Surge start to mount a comeback, we'll keep an eye on the play clock. But for now, 60-point advantage for Thieves. Second set of rotations about to pop. We'll get back to mid-map as Nasty's popping heads and able to find a second there. They've got everything they want right now. They've got P2 spawns. They've got the opening here at 1. A really good chance to mount this comeback now in the next minute and a half.
Yeah, and I think another big reason why Surge has found a lot of success in Hardpoint, when you go back and watch their games, what this team does that a lot of teams don't do is, all right, let's just talk about that P3 rotation, maybe trying to control art. They will just take time away. They do a very good job on these hills where you're not supposed to find 30 to 40 seconds. Even a P1 right like this has been such a great early hold. They're already around 30 points. They do that better than anyone.
Just taking what they're given.
Exactly.
Right? Don't overcomplicate the game. If you're going to give us some free points, no, not free, but you know what I mean? Take them. 7 straight though for Neptune as he is popping off. Not the best series for him in that final of the minor, but trying to get things going in a positive moment here. 7 straight for Neptune. Surge mounting the comeback. Let's hear the comms now for Vancouver Surge.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm on car right now.
Yo, lights. Weak, Hodger.
On auto treated.
Nice. I'm
Yo,
in
yo,
time.
no, one's on you and one's light.
Yeah,
Down, 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 down.
Last hit twice, back
Yeah,
Yeah, go back, go back. That's it, right there, in, nice. Back, bro. Back there.
Watch out, panel. Watch out,
I'm back. I'm dead.
Sure.
On time now.
Where do you spawn?
You're not right.
Go
Yeah,
split.
goal,
Yeah,
One's light. Lights on me,
probably.
then.
I'm gonna play.
Cast set.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm
buffing
Yeah, I'm fighting.
Spawn back.
Auto treated. Time, 1 HP, time. Nice.
Nice, you shit.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I love you. Watch me. One top cat on me. Top cat.
Nice.
I love you.
Done.
Nice.
Go back now,
I'm pushing front.
Spawn back now, no? You give it up.
I block front spawn now. I'm gonna go top out, okay, guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure no one is here.
Yeah,
Behind
one's here.
One is B control. He's front out now. And boy. I'm waiting for me. For you guys. Oh, behind us, P2 track. He's going in light.
One shot again, lights. He's gonna
Watch out,
a little bullet lights then.
I spawn back.
Has to be
Gold.
one shot, has to be.
I'm playing front.
He's on top now. Go mid or mid.
I'm gonna go side gold, okay?
One's vault. Yo,
Hey,
close
no.
your eyes.
Back right.
No.
Don't. When B control is low. I think 3 times. Scrap.
Hold the corner.
Yeah, he's on the left
Yo,
corner.
mid or.
That's fine. Then one on time.
Mid door, and hold door.
Okay.
No, let's start jumping on
He's pushing goal. He's leading like completely now outside.
Weak as fuck. Mid
Maybe time.
Mid or.
Okay. I'm moving that. Nice. Mid again. Nice. That's good.
He's done. Cut off time. Nice. Soak this shit.
I'm gonna go under that,
Yeah,
bro.
He's too far.
Play slow if you can.
Yeah, I'm on top.
Yeah, take it up.
Nice one, mid.
I'm dead. Top part is low B and deep end.
Back before that.
Like no
One
event.
HP. One hit.
Yeah, I've been rewatching Dragon Ball. Like I'm watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, and like I'm just thinking, I need Neptune when he's going off this hair to spike, bro. It's all blonde. He'd be going Super Saiyan. What do you think?
I'm in.
Yeah, dude. He had a crazy streak, some nutty plays, nearly an insane triple there at third. But the slang really started to mount up for Vancouver Surge. They brought it back. They were in striking distance while really taking a lead. Now, though, it's Thieves' turn to answer back. I mean, Ghosty and Envoy were in hell for a while there. They're both sitting around double negative. The slang margin kept creeping over towards Surge, but this is a great stretch from them now.
And sometimes that's why you are glad you have 2 superstars on your team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get some of these maps at moments from Ghosty and Envoy, but this is what Scrap and Hydra do. They will pick up the pieces. And again, Surge do such a good job during that listen at the P1, at the P2. They even took the lead. But what did LA Thieves play for? They play for this money hill. And, well, a couple of times in a row now, it has been much cleaner. And what you see the lead is turned into, they're going to be up around 190 points.
Yeah, I feel good about, like, kind of point about Hydra. Is he's 30-13, Joe. Closer and closer to evolving back into being God. He is just insane. What a series this could be for him. So far, it's a map, and they got to close it out. Up 80, handling everything. 6 straight, now 7, doing it all. The guy is an absolute monster now, eclipsing that 200-point mark, 50 away from the dub. Can't quite get it done here, but taking all the time they can. Kind of, you were talking about the P1 advantage from Surge in the last rotation. This time it's all Thieves here early, but now the collapse in from Surge. We'll see if they can break. Nice kill there from Abuza, able to shut down that streak. They swarm in, they get it, but now the P2 spawn going to pop for Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, that back hot spawn, you'd see Abuza just kind of waiting for it, but he's going to get taken down. You have a Hellstorm on the side of Envoy. But yeah, I mean, what, he's 33-14. Yeah, he is there's no doubt about it. He is locked in.
No, dude, he's unbelievable. Be one of the best to ever do it by the time it's all said and done, but he is still a young player with a lot to do left in his career. but a pleasure to watch and commentate. We'll see if they can close it out in the upcoming hard point. They've got the P2 setup. They're in the point. It'll be Hydra kind of soaking up the time, relying on his teammates, but there's that spawn. It's going to come in back cut. Now I don't think Hydra's going to be ready for this whatsoever. Nope, he's not.
I thought Envoy was blocking on stairs. It's actually it's not even the back hut one. He just spawns right behind Envoy. Nasty does. Gets a free 2 kills. And there we go. There is the break. So a chance here, but a Hellstorm on this side of LAD is going to be called in. Not going to connect, but does it give Hydra some room? The dive is on in, but Nasty able to win it, and then off spawn is Neptune.
Oh, they got a chance now to at least extend this so they can get the remaining 20 or so seconds. And this is going to be one of those insane sequences. It usually kind of comes down to a 3 to 4, typically when it's a tight game.
This is big time.
Yeah, because how much harder will it be for that perfection play out of Surge if you're only like 10 points away from a victory? But they keep going 1-for-1, battling on the point. The 1-for-1 stops as Nasty's able to get 2. Surge will get the rest, but the fact that the battle extends, you should be ahead on rotation if you are Thieves. You're able to win the fight on one side, you're able to win the fight now on both sides of the P3. Just not from right up the middle, as they'll pluck the player out of the point. We'll see if number 3 on the minimap can make a play. Not going to be able to as Ghosty picks it up, and now we'll see if they can shut it down here.
Yeah, big couple of kills right there by Ghosty. Not having the best statistical game, but on that rotation, playing it safe, able to pick up a Booza. Then that second player working on through for Surge. He knows this is kind of their safety net, controlling this side of the map. That's going to be 3 dead, up to 235. Hydra is in your face, doing whatever the hell the man wants to do. Scrap gonna pick up the pieces. Thieves looking to close out map 1.
Hydra looking for 40, Scrap at 41. Your superstars, you went out, you bought them, you got them, and now they're paying off the minor win. They'll kick things right off with a map 1 win. A rematch from that final, and right back to work for Thieves. This is one they lost in that final this time. Yeah, a couple wonky spawns come in, but they're able to deal with it. And well, you're fortunate you had some insane stretches from Hydra.
Well, I think the key is, right, your P4s were just better. That's what you played for, and they paid off. Right, there were a couple of times, I think, throughout the minor where it was just messy in that area.
Yeah, it just feels like, I mean, you're 2 and 4, like your money, and like, it's just 2's wonkier, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
4 seems to be like a little more reliable spawn-wise, where you can actually get the time. Yes, it can be scrappier, but 2, it's like you feel like you have the perfect setup there. You're like, oh no, we do not. And I'm sure teams can be better at reading some of these, but when you see a lot of unreadable spawns coming in and people just not turning at all, you know, something maybe a little bit off, but it's an 80-point win for Thieves. Yeah, nearly 240 bombs out of LA Thieves. We were talking about Hydra a lot because just statistically from a KD standpoint, he was incredible. When you talk about damage and overall kills, it's going to be Scrap that really erupts late. 41 from him, nearly 5,300 damage. You just look at the damage from your 2 like superstars, and the other 2 like they were popping off. And listen, nothing to take away from Envoy and Ghosty, they're terrific players, but this is what you paid for.
No, I mean yeah, you're going to have some of these, you know, Envoy's going to get some bad timings. Ghosty, you know, focused on spawns, you're just going to have some bad statistical maps when you go deeper into tournaments. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
You don't need all 4 players to pop off. You never have. It's rarely been a thing for a team.
But I mean, yeah, you're just able to do what you do best. Scrap and Hydra, and that is Slight, make plays on the map. And I mean, listen, for Surge throughout this, started off pretty slow. You brought it back, but again, it was just the control of P4s. It was right after this where, yeah, you took the lead there for a brief second if you are Surge. But what you did, map out of Neptune, and then, you know, maybe the difference maker in the minor final was a Booza, but he does not have a great map 1 in 04. He's been self-critical of himself. He wants to play better.
No, I mean, you had a slight slaying like advantage if you were Surge when it got close to like 110 scoreline, whatever it was. But like from that point forward, it is all Thieves. I don't think it ends up being like that crazy of a margin. Well, it kind of does, actually. It kind of does. Well, because you were pretty significantly negative if you were Envoy and Ghost, so you picked up a bit, and then you end up like, yeah, plus 20 or whatever the hell it was for Hydra. So, yeah, it's really the second half of the game. They start to take over. Some frustrations maybe for the Surge crew who were able to take that in the final. But listen, you're still feeling good if you're them. You're 3-0 right now in this qualifier. Even if you lost this, you're still the best you have looked this year. But you're still looking at battle.
Yeah, I mean, you see right there, P2, it's a tie game, and then it's just red, just goes straight to 250.
Yeah.
They do just such a good job at that P4. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. For them, I'm just based off what Ray said. Obviously, you want to start in the winners bracket. You're going to have to probably win a match or 2, but they should be able to do that.
-1.
Yeah, they should be able to do that. And again, for them, it's just sort of improving on our map pool.
Yeah, that's going to be the single biggest thing. I like that Ray said that because it's been awesome to see this resurgence from the Surge. Like it's been really cool, but for a while there, it was, you know, it's the protocols you were talking about. Like they have to widen that map pool because usually where you get exposed is when it gets to like a best of 7 final, or when you're playing against the top teams that have a really wide map pool. We'll see if they can do it, because that's probably, is that like this, okay, let's say like you just have a base flat line for teams, like you've got kind of your basic fundamentals down. It's like the hardest step, just widening the map pool over the course of the year. Like the most difficult thing. Well, to get like a gap from like the other teams.
Yeah, I mean, probably, right? Because just like we always talk about matchups, and it's just like, where do you find your openings in one matchup versus the other? Just not always having a go-to, being an easy read. But yeah, I think so. No matter what, it's difficult because when you're playing, it just feels like your team has a better general understanding of one map versus the other, versus another.
I was gonna say this. I remember like my ex's dad like watched it for the first time, and he was like asking me questions about it. And he'd like watched a little bit of Counter-Strike before, but was not a big esports person. He was like having me explain some stuff. He's like, why are some teams like so bad at some stuff and other stuff? They like practice every day, don't they? I'm like, yeah, but like we have 3 different game modes, we have 5 to 8 different maps, whatever it is, based on a given year. It's just not realistic to be good at every single map and mode. That's never really been a thing. We're not like other, I mean, like a league, you're playing one, well, you know, it's one thing. Like it's just not, it's not the same. In a perfect world, yeah, you should be able to script it every day and be good at them all, but that's just never...
It's human nature, I think, right?
Yeah.
Where your main focus is in practice, we suck at Search. Your focus is much higher in the Search practice than maybe elsewhere.
Just like, you know, certain parts of a map can click for a player. You see them go off. Same with certain maps and modes. Like things just click for people for whatever reason. And yeah, you try to widen, that's what you'll work on. But the S&D, you can see it has improved massively for this Thieves team. Hydra's resurgence and Search and Destroy has been a big part of that. He was not statistically the player you expected at the beginning of the year than Search. He started to really take over there, and they found some improvements behind it. But yeah, from 8-12 to 6-2, percentage-wise, that is a massive, massive turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, they came home from the major. They lost 3 Searches in the final and said, we're getting better here. And they have. They absolutely have.
Yeah, I still think, as much as I've been impressed with what the FaZe guys have done over the years, and they've been doing it for a very long time, I don't think we'll ever see that consistency like, replicated and stuff. But like, I think just right now, this Thieves team probably has the highest ceiling. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it does. It does. Like, if they really, really start
I think the difference maker in that for me is probably Envoy, because when he is clicking, good luck beating this team.
True. Well, I mean, God, FaZe's peak too. I mean, well, okay, we just saw it in the final, like, but that's before their Surge got good, so we'll see. But then FaZe also, they need to improve in some hard points and stuff. But that's why I think we're going to see probably that matchup quite a bit this year. But you see the last 4 maps for Thieves and Search, how they've gone down. We get back to Skyline. Skyline's treated us some doozies as of late. We'll get right back to it. Aggressive here, up towards the A point quickly for Thieves on offense. No trophies, so you're trying to bait out and deal with any kind of nades, but they're going to go for the quick plant anyway. Envoy able to get that down. Now let's see if Vancouver Surge can work the retake. Over to Neptune's POV, he's going to get caught clean and crispy there from Ghosties. He finds the picks, but now it's Abuza trying to line him up. See if they can get it done, Joe. There's a second.
Yeah, you have numbers advantage right now. Just got to work that defuse, and this is a good read. Well, unfortunately, he just flies right over him. 2 versus 3. Hydra flies on through. Now just trying to waste some time. 1 versus 1, though. 0-4, not didn't expect the chow. Ghosty is there. You had the numbers if you were Surge, but Hydra just able to make the play.
Yeah, it goes vertical and nearly like nuts the forehead there. Like,
yeah, no.
just jumps right over his head.
Did I get this spot? Does it look good down there?
Yeah. He had the read, but it's Ghosty that gets 3 in the round. Maybe not the best map one, but listen, we know the intangibles this guy can bring to a team. We'll be critical. I'm sure he's critical of himself when he's not maybe performing from a KD standpoint, but we know he is capable of it. And now, nice 3-kill start in the round 1.
And don't forget, that game 7, it was a 3-1 Surge. They won 5 rounds in a row.
Yep.
So there were a number of rounds just like that on retakes where you had numbers if you were Surge, you just weren't able to complete it. So this is one of those maps maybe they're talking about. They're just trying to get better at it. They know it's going to be a difference maker.
At least, I mean, Thieves had the first bloods. Like, you almost pulled off a 3v4. You can look at it that way, too. But, yes, when you get down to the 3v2, you do have numbers. Definitely a game or a round of swings for sure. Scrap, some damage in, but some damage taken, so he backs out of it. Neptune just lurking. Envoy doing the same. Eventually they're going to have to greet, and that'll be the time to go. Patience pays off for Neptune. That'll turn into 2 and a clean sweep off the board for Surge. Nice round.
Yeah, sick round, honestly. They start off A. They leave Neptune bedroom. And pretty much the players, they just go all the way through backstairs. They take the B bomb site away. The map kind of flips on its head. And maybe the key is just for Neptune to survive, right? He's watching the underground. He's able to, well, just use the zip to get to his teammates, able to reposition. And this is what you can see from this Surge team. Like, they just have, yeah, great teamwork, great comms, and when they want to execute and search and destroy, they do it at a very high level.
I'll tell you what, we haven't had a webcam for him, and we obviously don't hear the comms all the time, but he was very vocal between rounds right there. I mean, he was like the lone voice, it seemed. We'll see what the play call is going to be, but yeah, he was real active. They don't want to give the free plant this time. That's the call. They get aggressive, but well, it's not the same setup from Thieves either, and they're able to catch one. Hydra with the first blood right up through Cat, and they are just sending it up the gut now. Hydra in a great spot. B site control. Not often the most diversity in sites here, but we're seeing a little bit now.
Yeah, you know, team's going to try to switch it up with the strats, and yeah, this B site. Not too often, but again, Neptune, 1 versus 2, going to get taken down. Trades on point from LA Thieves.
See, that's different than Vault, because Vault, you would have gone B, but then lost the round.
That's a good point.
We'll see it planted sometimes, Joe, but you never win that
Never
round.
win there.
I don't know if I've cast a round win like with a bomb plant there.
There's like the simp one before.
Well, you know, that's actually the one, I was literally going to say that. That's the one I can picture in my head is the one before. Like, I don't know if that can be your normal. But Ghosty just hopping out right onto the arch, able to get the pick, and it's 3 straight for Abuza. But, I mean, the pistol just nearly enough. The headshot from Ghosty, likely the difference there. Nice start from him in this map, too, and they'll take the 2-1 edge. He's 5-1. You had a really good look offensively last of your Surge, just to be a little more like the default from Thieves in the first round. They'll get out, get the A plant. But 2 people have been aggressive. That's going to be Hydra and Ghosty. Getting active quickly up mid-map. Abuza tucked away deep. Bedroom swarm about to come in, it seems like, from Thieves, but they're going to wrap back towards kitchen control around A. All 4 on the side, everyone playing out around it. This is a 2-man flanked in from Surge, trying to the other side.
This is a wild round. This is cool to watch on the minimap. It's a lot of give and take, but when it comes down to the numbers, LA Thieves able to win the gunfights on this retake, so all down to Abuza. Can he find the player on the defuse? Nope, Envoy gonna get on his belly, has the ARs looking over him. And yeah, I like the setup there from Surge, right? You get the bomb down, you back up to Abuza because you're not seeing anything on the lower side of the map. So maybe they're thinking it's a Cat hit. Then the players get up to Cat. LA Thieves drop down to the bomb, so they both kind of double flank through Cat, but Thieves are ready for it.
Yeah, the double flank just gets there like a little too late. Too decisive from Thieves. Get control of kitchen quickly, and well, it's another first blood that leads to a round win for Ghosty. He's already got 2 or 3. He's out to 6-1 now. Good stuff from Ghosty and the Thieves crew. They take the 3-1 edge. We'll see if Surge can now start to rebound, because with the control record, what's been for Thieves, this is a must-win map for Surge. Thieves seem unbeatable in control right now. You have got to take this. On that final, you were what? You were up 3-1. Opposite here, but now got to get going. This is a big round. Planted for Thieves. First blood, second blood from Nasty. Ghosty gets smoked. Envoy's in the car. That'll get blown up. Hey, welcome out of the car. You're now in a 1 versus 4. Surge had to step it up in a big way in this round. They're able to do it. And their 2 round wins, by the way, have been like perfect. Like, it was the offense, not his defense, where it's been clean. You don't lose a player and you smoke them.
Well, and the big thing there is Nasty, it's too what both players tried to push through the bomb site. So he's the one man on this side of the map from Surge, and the fact he ends up with a double there is massive. Because on the other side of the map, it's Ghosty, right? He throws that stun, gets 0 information. Misses all of it, but yeah, this is the key. So they both try to push on through. So this is what both teams are doing. They're not seeing anything kitchen side. They're almost just trying to, like, yeah, outmaneuver each other on the map with that A bomb down. Yeah. But they got caught that time. Yeah, and that's just where you hope Scrap can trade it. He gets him within a bullet, hits him down to 13 HP, but it's a big individual play from Nasty in a big moment where you need it around. Now see if they can tie it up at 3-3. See what the dancing looks like on the minimap in this one. 0-4. There's his first blood. He's been like the most hit or miss Surge player. I swear to God, he's either got 12 or he has 2. I swear to God, there's no difference. Or there's no in between. I think there's honestly, like, him and Envoy play very similar like roles in that. They like to play these lurk sort of flank roles where, and that is just a very risk-reward role. Because you're either going to find all your timings or they're going to be awful. Especially with some of these maps too. Like not as much freedom, and those are the players that'll be certainly very hit or miss. Hydra's timing absurd there. Nice play from him. All down to Abuza now, 1 versus 2. He's going to find absolutely nothing
Thieves get the round win, back up 2.
That's another one where they had numbers, right? 3-on-2 for the side of Surge, and the difference there is just Hydra in the vent. Able to turn that like 1v2 into their advantage, and then Yoshi's just kind of lurking. But yeah, you have a 3 versus 2. You have numbers here, and with how clean it is, Neptune doesn't want to dive into the vent, and I'm not really sure what he's doing. He's just got these, again, just maybe comms or kind of decision-making, not where it wants to be on Skyline.
Yeah, I don't know. They think he just backed away or what the deal was there, but yeah.
Well, maybe he's trying to wait, then he turns around, and it looked like he was waiting for his teammate maybe to pinch vent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hydra snapping back, taking out 04, gets him to 2 and 5. Not able to get a second though behind that. Yeah, no, I thought he had that. Envoy though, clean up the scraps. Well, it's actually Ghosty's nade, so both those probably going to hit and get the kill. Plant now going down. Down a man, Abuza and Neptune trying to bring this back. What's Neptune's timing going to be like? Well, he gets the spot onto Envoy. The tags are in. There's the finish. I thought nearly taking his teammate out. I actually don't know how he doesn't really hit him there. Brings it back. Neptune going huge. Their turn to bring it back. Now to a 1 versus 1 in a huge round. Ghosty. Abuza. Ghosty to get to double digits. He's challenging him right off the bomb, buddy. And he doesn't care. Needs to, well, make sure he's not on it, obviously.
Well, that time it just worked out so well.
Yeah.
Works out so well. He stays active. He's not shouldering. He continues to chase. The confidence is flowing right now with this man in Search and Destroy.
Up to 10 and 2. He's had really early round advantage behind some first bloods. Now getting it done in the 1v1 clutch. A guy that lives for those moments and having a big one there. Now a round away from taking the 2-0 edge, and then you're in trouble if you are Surge. But yeah, I think like as much as they were happy they got the, I don't know, game 7 monkey off their back or whatever, like I'm sure after the series they're like, bro, we lost 2 our boys. We should have 4 of them.
Yeah, I think you heard it in the trash talk.
Yes, yeah, you'll never see me in a final again. I'm sure they meant that. So they're here to try and assert that dominance this time. Advantage though to Surge. You've thrown away a couple of these 3v2s. This is one where you got to close out or you lose the map. Should be able to isolate Scrap, or do you? You get caught. Maybe you think you're going to double chow. It's not happening. The trade's not there yet. You let Scrap get 2? Dear, okay. What the hell are we doing? Down to a 1 versus 1. Scrap versus 04.
Oh, he's got a stun as well.
Just hops it. Not able to get it done, though. Thinks he keeps him weak behind the stun. Maybe he's not going to chow, but 04 has to send it. Calls him on bomb. Wins the round. But I thought that was going to be, what, the 3rd or 4th 3v2 you threw away?
Well, I think it was a 4 versus 2. Yeah, even worse. But it jumped down to a couple of seconds. And I think you just see the level of confidence both teams are playing with. On the side of Scrap, he's just taking gunfights. He's just holding his ground.
And that sequence, though, like that was a good view of like that 1v2. That just can't happen.
No.
That just cannot happen. You either both are shouldering him and giving him nothing, or you're both challenging him. Yeah, you're both flying. There has to be, yes, that just can't go like that. Like, that was ugly. I looked over, like, Ant's sitting on the desk, and he's put his hands up in the air. Like, what are we doing? You win the round, though. So,
win the round.
They're still alive. RC taken out basically instantly. Envoy looking for his 5th plant. He'll get it down and get away clean. 04 wants 2 and 5. Now to 5 and 5 behind his 3. They're going to send it out. First is in. Second should follow. There's a 3rd to go with it. Hydra. He's going to be last one up. Somebody on it already. Hydra, chance to make the play, though. That's going to be the call to hop off it, but a nice quick chow there from 04. He's not ready for it. Back-to-back rounds for Surge.
And this was the retake multiple times in the final round A, where I mean, we even saw at this map. They had numbers and they kind of threw it away. This time, able to clean it on up.
And this is 04. I mean, they
yeah, don't let anybody sort of take a 1 versus 2, get a multi-kill. The trades are there, and yeah, what a turnaround from 04.
No, yeah, he's like streaky, but he's not like a Nero type of streaky. I don't know what to call him. It's
the 04.
It's the 04, yeah. I got no idea. He will just turn it on, and he's doing it in Search. Will be enough to bring them back. They need this map badly. Ghosty leading on one side of Booza and Neptune, double 8s on the other. This round of offense for Surge to get you to the round 11. And you have to win 4 straight rounds, right? It'd be a collapse here from Thieves, and it might be happening. Neptune with the first blood.
It's a little odd, just bomb, or sorry, that RC car is like A side, sees nothing. In the 2 players top CAD, just probably run at the area where they're set up, and well, Hydra gets caught.
See if Scrap can bring it back. Could be tough here with an AR in hand.
This timing.
He just spotted him, maybe. Info for his teammate, but he's going to get cut down on the cross. Envoy gets one before he falls. Gives Ghosty a chance now. 30 seconds remaining. Envoy's 2. Give you a glimmer of hope. Eyes on 1.
Nice shot.
Not going to hit, though. Trying to get an angle, maybe on a toe. Shoe's not quite big enough. He takes the route. They read the route. They shut it down. 3 straight now for Vancouver Surge. They get it to around 11. I mean, Skyline just leads to bangers.
I mean, Scrap just turns the corner there. He's probably kill the bomb carrier. Makes it a 3 versus 3. Maybe that's a different round. Instead, that player gets away, and then the round kind of collapses after Hydra gets first blood. But great job right there by Nasty, just playing his life, wasting Ghosty's time.
Here we go. Another round 11 on Skyline. Man, I don't know if the numbers matter much. We've had some swing rounds here from 3v2, 4v2s thrown away, but it's 0-4's 5 straight. Nasty's 2 in the last round that ended up being huge. Offense for Thieves. Kind of back to your round 1 default. Plant in today. Now can Surge retake. Well, before it's 5 in a row, leading to a streak. See if it turns into anything. What do you got for us? Well, he's able to wrap it in perfectly. Hydra to get picked early in the round. Scrap at least gets 1 for you. Scrap gets 2 for you. Scrap is taken over. 0-4 in trouble, but still up. Nice stun out, able to hit. He is between both players. Maybe trying to isolate him. For now, going to hold. Scrap working for the ace, I think. I'm not sure if he got the last one. He was wide swinging at the tail end of it. At least 3 in the round for Scrap, but the comeback dream is dead for Surge. You did 3 straight. You needed 4. It's Ghosty that gets the last one. Why not? I mean, he was taking over most of the map, and that round 11 goes to Scrap.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. Again, in a scenario where he just holds the bomb, right? Holds the kitchenette. He says, I will take all of the gunfights. I do not care.
If he has a little pillar or anything he can work with the shield, like one side, he's like, I'm channeling everything. Give me the ability to re-peek, and I'm gunning you to sleep. That's how he has been since he came into the league, and never scared to take a fight. It's a 2-0 edge now for Thieves. Scrap, Ghosty leading the way. I mean, Scrap was, struggling a bit really at that point. He had the damage hit, but like, it's a massive round 11 for him. But Dan Ghosty's why you get there. On the other side, it's really 0-4 that starts to turn it on kind of during that 3-round stretch. Him and Nasty get you there. Abuza and Neptune kept you in it, but it's a Thieves win, and now, yeah, control has been just money for Thieves. And you said to me when I came into that, I said that was a hell of a final, blah, 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 blah. And you were like, I don't know, man. Like, there were a couple of spawns in the hard points. I'm thinking probably Thieves 3-0 today. I was like, okay.
That was my prediction.
Yeah.
You go back and watch that final. Yeah, hard point. That's a couple of cleaner scenarios for Thieves, and maybe it's uglier, but, you know, who knows? Maybe that's just a Surge play style.
You thought they were better than a Game 7 win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
well, looking that way right now, even though it goes the whole way to around 11. But that'll do it, at least for the map 2. We're going to kick it to the desk while they break that down. Then we have control coming up.
A 6-3 the last time they played on this map. That was a Game 7. Now in a Game 2, LA Thieves jump out to an early lead, but they're taken to a round 11. Yep. Where did Vancouver fumble, if at all, in that Game 2?
Oh, man, a huge round they threw away in one of their offensive rounds, right? You get a first blood, and Hydra's down low in the bottom vent. We're just kind of channeling him one by one. First of all, I don't know why we're in the vent to begin with, right? Like, we have numbers in this round. We can maybe make a push together over towards A, or even top hallway. Vent just is an isolated area you just don't want to be. But regardless of that, I thought Vancouver played a way better search and destroy this time around, Chris. I think, some of their defensive rounds are great, where they sent a couple through top mid, had Nasty watch the push through, which then set them up for an instant retake all just through front, where they won both those defenses. So you see the round right here, where it sets them up later in the game to just kind of retake from the front. A great job by them. The issue that they were having was, in that final round, like, you call on the streak, you find a kill, but then everybody's just not together on that retake. Allows Ghosty to rewrap all the way around Hot Tub. Even if Scrap doesn't find like all 3 of those kills, Ghosty was going to make a huge impact play on the cross regardless. So Surge just getting back into the lab, like, gotta just keep improving from these losses.
They were up 5-2. Surge nearly winning 4 rounds in a row. They take out Hydra with the cruise missile. 0-4 perfectly gliding that one in.
was
I thought Vancouver had an opportunity. Where did they fumble the bag? Here's that final round with Scrap.
So we have seen them retake this, and they just kind of banged 3 down low and traded out inside while the players were deep, and Ghosty couldn't make an impact. Well, in this time, they kind of chow 1 by 1. Once again, Scrap gets the first kill on the guy sliding, kind of staggers them, and then, 04 was in the streak, so he's late on the push as well. So it's just a tough round for them where you did kill Hydra, but in the end, Scrap's too much to deal with.
Number 2 versus number 6 on our power rankings right now, leading up to Major 2 and LA Thieves. Now on match point going into a vault control. Before we get to that control though, Ant, let's revisit our first respawn. It was the hard point where Vancouver jumped out to the early lead, but at around 115 points, LA Thieves took control.
Yeah, this is why Thieves are the best respawn team in the world. Like, a lot of teams can learn from this, so let's jump in and draw conclusions and talk about what they do here. So this is a P3 where they get a decent amount of time, but it's not just time they want to get here. They also want to control like the side of the map that they're on so they can chain it, right? So let's jump into the minimap and let's talk about what they do. A lot of teams would position a player like in here to watch over the street. You'd have players kind of pressuring through mid, right? Well, right here they acknowledge that Hydra got the spawn out, so we're going to have Scrap go inside, watch bottom vault. We're going to have A just sit in the hill, and then this is Envoy. He's going to secure this kill, and he's going to watch the push through here. So what does that mean? Nobody can get through to their side of the map. Nobody's actually making plays besides Hydra. They know he's going to be able to make a massive play here. So you see right here, Envoy finds this kill at Lion, and then Hydra's making a huge kill on the pinch here. And we're just holding. We got Scrap inside bottom vault. We got number 8 in time, that's Ghosty, and then what happens here is you see Hydra finds those 2 kills. He pushes this out immediately. He knows they're all spawning here. He's gonna either catch one here. If he doesn't, he's gonna come back to time to clean up and then re-wrap it, right? So you wanna keep them in this spawn cycle, and that way you can get a majority of time here. And why this is so important is because right now it was 115 to 111 when this hill started. It ends up being 210 to 119 if you're on the side of LA Thieves. Just controlling the map, playing aggressive but not too aggressive. You're not sitting back in your building. You're having map presence. It's huge by Thieves, man. It's what sets them apart.
They went on to absolutely crush in the second half of this game. Vancouver not close in the second half of the hard point, but that could be flipped on its head as we get into control. LA Thieves had the best of Vancouver both times around Nameless. What are expectations moving forward?
I mean, you're going up against the best control team in the world, man. I mean, how many times have we seen Envoy just putting somebody in the absolute blender in their base, right? They're a tough one to crack.
I do want to ask, though, we saw 80 kills being dropped between Scrap and Hydra, map number 1. Can you shut down either of those 2 players? Can you single them out in-game?
No, you can't single out players. It's a common misconception that fans have. It's like, oh, if we just shut down their AR, we win this. No, everybody's doing everything on these teams. I just showed you a clip. Like, what are you going to do there? You're going to all go bottom vault and try to take Scrap out of the game? Doesn't work like that. You just have to play sound Call of Duty and just make it hard for him to get into advantageous positions. Like, if you were to target Scrap in that round 11, what are we going to do there? We all bang out together, down low at the exact same time. It's too hard to do.
It's now time for Merc and Maven to finish this 3-0.
It's an interesting concept. I think there's I don't know if it's a player like a Shotzi or a Zuma or like someone that tries to take. Yes, yes.
Those
Those
like
type
routes.
of people, yes. I think you try and keep in front of you and like shut down, but yeah, like an AR, like you gotta shoot him. You gotta win that gunfight.
No, you gotta take the gunfight.
Typically. Now, Chris said like power rankings like 2 versus 6. I mean, he's just talking about your overall CDL standings. But like power rankings right now, like if you did like a live power ranking, this is like a 1 versus 3, right? Like for you right now?
Rob, I mean, 1 or 2.
1 or 2 versus 3. Like,
Versus 3 or 4, whatever you want to do.
I go probably 1 versus 3 right now, just like today.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
No, it's just interesting where they are compared to like
I'm
where
just
they are in the
like
CDL
thinking,
standings.
I'm just trying to think. I'm like going through all the teams. Who's Surge? Surge right now? I'm probably top 4.
Yeah. Oh, they're probably top 4. I mean, they're definitely top 4. They're 3rd or 4th. Somewhere there.
Sure.
Yeah. That's fair. Well, Thieves Control is first. First in every single category. That's what we were talking about, how big that map 2 was. Thieves. Just demonic in the map 3, and I know you love yourselves good control team. Listen, I know fans go back and forth on it as a particular mode, but when it comes to like good Call of Duty, like your top teams usually solid in control.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about like sort of major winners, championship winners, the control rate is normally very, very high when it jumps to that particular game mode. But I will say this is, again, another one from the minor final. There were like 2 rounds that Surge really threw away. There was like a 4 versus 2 on offense that they threw away. There was another run. I forget exactly how it happened, but there were chances. There are opportunities in this. Maybe not to win the map, but could have gone to like a round 5. This was, again, a 3-0 in that one. So Surge are like, let's just play it again.
Well, they're going to get their opportunity to play it again as we're having a lot of stuff rematched from that best of 7. Control control record this season, 17-4, is just terrific out of Thieves and trying to get it out to 18 now. Vancouver Surge, a gigantic uphill battle in the remainder of this series. They're going to have to rip off 3 straight, but it starts now with the control if they can get it done. Hydra, dominant in the first respawn, looking to get right back to work. He's taking a long route. He's working the flank, and that's what I'm talking about. This is something, I mean, you can work on to like deal with that type of route. You know he's going to take it. You pick it up. The timing is like a little bit off, but you're able to shut him down. Just make sure he doesn't pop 2 or 3 there to.
Well, that's a really cool break off, right? Because you have 2 players go B street. He's taking that wide route. If Hydra actually gets a kill or 2, that might be just an early B cap. It might be just instantaneous, or at least a second tick. So Thieves, they open up to the B point, able to find 1 tick there. And we saw during the minor in the last couple of weeks, the Major 2 qualifiers. I mean, the objective in general is being tougher and tougher on this map.
No, it certainly has. Really, I mean, yeah, B's always been tough. A is the retakes have gotten so much better for teams over these last several months. Abuza, he's able to get 3. It was a triple from Neptune to kind of shut down that first push. Now a triple from Abuza, who's trying to get back to the work he did in that grand final with an incredible series out of him. He's 6-1. Unfortunately, you've got 04 and Nasty still looking for their first. Papa Abuza, though, shutting it down. Now 04 on the board with his 2, and you've held the line here at A. One guy out in front leading the way is Ghosty. He's going to kind of flirt towards B. Not going to get a whole lot done.
Yeah, it's some bad timing there. Neptune, though, just picks up on it, helps his teammate Abuza off spawn, then wins the next gunfight. Now Nasty is in there with the flank. A lot of Jackals out for Vancouver Surge, just locking down these choke points.
So far, so good. 20 seconds to go. You're up 5 lives. Can you just not have any mistakes? As I talk about mistakes, nade in hand, I think for Abuza, nade hits, he'll take the suicide and he'll be out of it. That could be the opening now for Thieves. Or is it? Abuza back off spawn, able to get 1. 5 seconds to go. Last-ditch effort here. 5 straight for Neptune. A very strong opening round from Vancouver Surge.
Yeah, at least with that early break, you got the first tick, so it comes to 3 total. That's like an objective point if you were on the side of LA Thieves. But yeah, just not giving them a chance, retaking A.
Lately, yeah, 3 rounds might be the difference. 1 round might be the difference. We'll see if it goes down to the round 5. But what a starter from Abuza. Him and Neptune really just pop-off potential throughout the course of that opener. Now they'll shift gears, look towards the offense for Surge and see what they're able to do. You mentioned there were a couple plays, couple rounds away from making things a little bit more interesting in the final. And hell, you're able to take this control, it shifts the series because that's got to be a whole lot of confidence. You're able to take one against the best control team in the game, and you know you can win hard points off of them. You did it in that final. Maybe you get all the way to a map 5, but Neptune will carry his 5 streak in. 0-4 open things up with an nade, and let's see if Surge can pounce. He's going to take a similar route out poolside like Hydra, and you see the timing. They pick it up. It's just, yeah, you got that internal clock. You got the game clock. They turn right as he goes to hit the edge, and well, their other teammate do the same thing on the other side. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much like, hey, as soon as we win this first gunfight, start to turn. You know, maybe someone off spawn gives you the heads up, hey, I spawned here. That means there's someone flanking, so just able to communicate, and well, you double chow that player down. So it was looking so good early in this round for Surges. Now they're going to have to battle for map control.
The battle will continue, but you got people out to the 50-yard line for both sides of it. Booz will be holding left side catwalk, waiting for his teammates to rally up. Both now off a spawn. See if he can help find an opening. Just tough to get angles from here. Sometimes nasty, though. Elidu1, Abuza wants to hop into the fray, swap over the sub, and able to slide past one, at least get one, but it's been 1-for-1 really over a lot of these pushes, so no one able to get any kind of real control over the site. Waiting for maybe a big multi-kill to be the difference, but with what, sub 20 seconds to go and still a flurry here around the point. Pressure on Surge now to get, I mean, those 3 ticks are looking great for Thieves right now.
Yeah, this is what we see, but we've also seen a lot of last-second pushes where you get 3 or 4 dead, and it turns into that A-cap. Finally, that opening comes on through, but can Scrap find one? He's going to delay this a little bit longer, allow his teammates to get in position for that retake. There's the second one dead. The last 2 players coming off the spawn. That's 0-4 and Neptune. Neptune gets sent back to spawn. Same at 0-4, same with Nasty. It's looking like Thieves going to tie it up.
Might have one last chance to touch it, or do you? Not going to be able to get there, actually. The fights are happening pretty deep outside of the site. So what? Tick and a half, which we will round down to 1. 1 tick through for Surge. So far, Thieves a bit better on the defensive end. we'll see if that'll be the conversation here. Who's better on defense, or if somebody can really take over in an offense.
A lot of the times it's just like one kill, right? Because you take one player off that objective, buys a few more moments for your teammates to get there. And a couple of times it was just scrap, just sort of holding it down, able to find one gunfight when you had multiple players over towards Cat. He just held his position.
It's just sort of the nature of this map and like how small it is and how the central point is. I think it just ends up being, you don't have a ton of 3 or 4 downs because it's just like this staggered reinforced constantly from both teams. And it's just like gunfight, 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 gunfight. It's just one over and over and over again. Like someone will pop a double, but it's not that often that you have like a clean 3-4 dead.
No, it's just
not.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, off the opening break sometimes, yes, that's a little bit different. I mean, once you get into like the blender of the map and you get into that sort of reinforced cycle, it's tough. It is.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's just sort of like survivability on this point, right? Just like there's all these pillars who can just slide out and maybe turn the numbers to your side.
It can be tough to pop a crazy multi-kill too, just because of that, right? Like, you just don't have the angle.
Well, this is what you're talking about. It comes down to a 1 versus 1, and there is the retake.
And it's literally just everyone sprinting back over and over again. And just one play can be the difference, or you'll just have that 1-for-1 that just continues throughout the course of it. Still a minute to work with. You got 1 tick done. Nasty ends up working out for him, and now you have a threat in the back line of Thieves. They're gonna have to worry about Nasty, or maybe they'll just leave him, spawn out pull, and see what they're gonna take routes and opt to do, but
I think the key is a couple of times you've had either Envoy or Hydra trying to take like a longer route. They just have not been able to find much success yet in the respawn. Not getting the best game on Envoy and Ghosty. See if they can turn this around, turn it into something. Some pressure on the point, but there's that multi-kill from Neptune to give Surge numbers. He's up to 18. Abuza's really come alive here as well. Defense so strong for both squads.
I think with a map like this, like, yeah, they've got 2 offenses so far. You're padding your stats in the defense, and you might be getting bottled up a bit in the offense. Just sort of what it is.
Yeah, not wrong.
Okay, well, there's 3 straight, though. That's the moment they've not been able to have, and they have it in that last-ditch effort. And you're still okay in the lives. You're down 2, but listen, you're ahead big time in the ticks now. And you win your opening gunfight as you surge on out. Can they turn this into any more progress? Ghosty trying to get down from topside art, not able to do it. Scrap winning a tough one, but traded out quickly. It's Hydra once again with a route. We'll see if this works out.
I would say, is he going to turn? He is. Yeah, that's 04. 04 is like, I'd do something like this. We're looking for Hydra, the type of player that he is, and maybe that sort of conversation we were having.
Nice shots.
You know, with Ant, it's just sort of like, all right, who's that last player? It's Hydra. He loves to take these routes. Somebody turn around.
Those are the guys you can't necessarily shut down, because a lot of times those players are disgusting, you know, but you can minimize them. Or at least make them win insane fights, right? Like, make them earn it. And that's what I do like about our maps, even though they're a little like one-dimensional. You don't get like just free flanks. You have to win a fight to get to spots usually. You can't just dive into water on Hydro, swim underground, and then you're behind a whole team. You know, like, you got to win a fight usually to get somewhere. I mean, complain how you'd like about certain things in Surge, but at least for respawn.
There is a pool on this map. We should add water.
Yeah, you're mostly having to play pretty straight up. That's been my biggest issue with maps in the past. Like, I hate when someone can get a flank for free. Like, I mean, you can get a flank sometimes. You just take a long route, but there's been times you just don't even really have to take. There's
just so many lanes.
Yes. It's 7 lanes disguised as like a 3-lane map, and you run right up the map and just get behind people because you can't watch 3 things if you're one person. So here, I mean, it's pressure to those types of players and pressure to teams to deal with them, but Surge hold it. But again, they're up 2-1, but advantage still to Thieves, just based on the ticks department. But we don't talk about that at all if somehow Surge are able to win this round, because then they win the map.
Should somebody find an opening?
I'll say there's someone right next to them. And Ghosty eventually gets it. The opening might be going over to Envoy, though. It's just door slamming.
My man's like, which door was that?
He's got his headphones on backwards, literally, too, so I don't even know what's going on there for him.
Yeah, but he's used to that, so he should react to it.
Still the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
Isn't there a second player who does it? Who's the second one?
Yeah, I always forget the second one. Always the first one told me he did it.
Is it Ghosty?
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be. I remember saying, like, Envoy, why do you wear your headset backwards? Like, I don't know. I did as a kid. I used to. Like, okay. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. But lives-wise, you're all right. The problem going to be time now for Surge. You've got 40 or so seconds, but you need some progress. I mean, 04 gets to a spot, but the rest of your team drops, so you're now useless until everyone comes back off spawn. Your position known. Beautiful stun, backing him up, just kind of keeping him out of the play, and then Envoy able to pick it up from mid-map. Nice comms there from Thieves. Don't let 04 get away while you got everybody else off respawn. But this is your last chance.
I mean, They've just flipped the map. They just sort of leave the players inside of A, hunt down the other two, and now they're going to use their numbers and, well, retake it beautifully. So, yeah, you only have 2 ticks. It's looking like LA Thieves going to have defense in round 5, but sometimes in Vault, it's one moment. Can they somehow extend this? Booz is hoping his teammates can find a kill or two. Going to try to cause a distraction, but that won't work.
Whew. So, yeah, you've got 2 total ticks. Now you're hoping for some round 5 magic if you are Surge, but you've just been shut out. And yeah, we've had some crazy ones, but I feel like not that many ones on Vault. Like, obviously, we've had some Hacienda ones. Invasion was almost a guarantee last year. But Vault, not that many. We'll see.
Surge, crazy the way that year started, because there was so many offensive round wins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's weird, too, because, like, that's usually the opposite, like, each year, right? Yeah. It's just all defense, and then teams get better at offense. Like, this year, yeah, no, it's 100% been teams got better at defense. We'll see if that changes.
The heck were these guys doing early in the year?
Yeah, right. I'm sure it's just comms, picking up lanes, pick up flanks, timings. It's
what actually works, yeah.
Yeah. Need one more shutout round on defense from Thieves, and they'll close out this series 3-0. Neptune trying to be the playmaker, but it's Scrap on 5 straight. Ghosty on 4, and cleanup duty from LA Thieves to deal with the first push. And now you're back to step 1, and I mean, you've just been fighting over middle control really the entire time. Granted, you haven't had much success of your Surge, but you've had quite a bit more.
Well, Hydra's going to find that timing. Going to take the pull route, able to get behind. Now just controlling Catwalk, has the help of his SMG doing Envoy. So 04 and Nasty, they're just kind of isolated out there, trying to work the objective, maybe pause the clock. Now all 4 players going to be off spawn. Due to Envoy's position, they're all going to be spawning poolside.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a player like Envoy and Hydra, like, what is more fun than defense on a control? Like, you've got control. You have all the freedom. You don't need to worry about an objective so much. You just go out and find kills. It's got to be a blast.
You were right. I mean, just Ghosty and Envoy on defense. Stat line looking much better. This man is on 10 in a row.
Yeah, what'd I say? Yeah, yeah, 2 offenses struggling. Now, yeah, you get to your 3rd defense, and suddenly stat line looking a little bit better. But yeah, 10 in a row helps. Behind the back-to-back defense, this streak gonna end there. Tries to swing on 2 players. Hydra, cleanup duty. We'll see if he can get both. He's able to do not that. I thought he had the second one. Not gonna happen. Maybe a palm tree coming into play. Ghosty, well behind his 10 spree. He's gonna get a streak. Makes things even harder for Surge. We'll call that into the fray immediately. I'll dip them right off of A, because we've got windows. 13.6 on the clock. Abuza on the point. Try to stack this and get whatever progress they can. Can they get one? It's just 1 for 1, 1 for 1. They've just yet to have that.
Well, now the problem is you have 8 lives, so you got to get both points. Not going to happen. 15-6. LA Thieves just looking so strong in control now. 8-0. When you talk about Major 2 qualifiers and a minor undefeated in that game mode, their search to destroy, their control getting better and better.
I think that's just a statement from them in the sense like, hey, listen, great final. You guys have improved a lot. You got more work to do.
Yeah, we won our hard point, so.
Yeah, and like Surge, I mean, I've been the biggest fan of this run from them. It's been awesome to watch, but they're not there yet. Even though that was a great grand final, they still, they know. I think they know that too. There's still work to do. Map pool to expand. Could they get hot on any given Sunday and beat anybody? Yeah, sure. But I think Thieves just consistently are going to be the better team, at least for now.
Well, and again, I think, you had your chance in Skyline to sort of extend this series, get us to a Skyline hardpoint. Because I tell you what, they get to like game 5, like a red card search. They're a red card search. That's where they beat them. They smoked Thieves in the final. Like, it's very good. So they have their maps where they are sort of, unstoppable, but they have to pick it up elsewhere.
Well, it also just feels like it can't be like a guaranteed control win either. There needs to be, I know this goes 5, but like, I don't. What do you call it? Like it goes 5, but it wasn't really close. Like it wasn't, right? Like I know
the rounds.
Yes, it goes. Yes, it goes 5 rounds, but like
Defense, baby.
it wasn't really all that close. It wasn't. Like it's not as competitive as a 3-2 line. Like Thieves dominated that. If you just talk about the ticks and what they were able to do on defense. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't give them that run, kind of in the search and destroy where they went 3 straight rounds. I mean, this honestly is it's a dominant series from Thieves. It is. They get it done.